Hey YouTube, it's Stewart here from the Passive Income Earn While You Sleep YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you my top 3 selling niches on Redbubble. So, is there some ideas out there for you to use and start making sales yourself? Well, sit back, relax, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. Hey YouTube, just want to do a quick introduction to the channel, particularly for those of you who are new. I'm Stuart, married to my wife Emily with our beautiful baby daughter Mia, and this channel was set up to offer tips and tricks on generating money through passive income, in particular print on demand. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, then please hit that subscribe button below. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like button, and if you've got any comments to make, please put them below and I'll look to come back to you ASAP. In the meantime, let's get into it. Hey YouTube, so here we are loaded up on the computer. Now I won't show you my exact designs for obvious reasons, but I will show you the niches that they are in. As I always say in the videos, please before uploading, check your copyrights, make sure your designs are safe, keep your accounts safe, don't get banned. It's always very important, make sure everything you do is not copyrighted and keeps your account safe. I say I'll show you the excuse me, the 3 top selling niches that I am in, and give you some ideas of perhaps you can look at sub niching down yourselves, doing a bit of research, etc, etc. And the first one, which is my highest selling designs, is based on awareness and awareness month. I will say that bit as well. Now there's lots of different things that fall into the category of awareness, so your feelings are valid, for example, and then you've got mental health matters. What else have you got? Let's have a little scroll down. You've got climate change, so it's quite a broad spectrum awarenesses. So I sub niched it down to hopefully pick up hopefully pick up less competition. So I took awareness, I did some research with it to find my sub niche. Like I said, it's worthwhile you doing the same. So if you just put a design up which just says awareness, you're probably struggling to make sales because there's 308,911 results for that at the moment on Redbubble. So if you're going to do this, sub niche it down. But my first one was awareness, and that was my biggest seller. But yeah, I'll just give you a scroll through, have a look at some of the ideas which are here, try and use that to further research and further niche down so you can find your own subcategory, because the results on that are just too big. But yeah, awareness, so that was my first one. My second one was based on 80s films. I love films full stop. I'm a massive film fan. I love lots of different genre of films as well. The particular film that I did this for was quite a famous quote within that film, and it was an 80s film. Now I'm not going to tell you the exact film and exact quote, for, like I said, for obvious reasons, but the broad spectrum of this is it was an 80s film, and I picked a famous quote from that film. And the major seller that I have for this is stickers. So it works quite well as a quote on a sticker. It's not a particularly long quote, so it works well on a sticker. So 80s films for me, you don't necessarily have to do 80s films. You could do any film of any year or any decade, but pick a specific film where you can pick a specific quote. Obviously check your copyright, and hopefully that will sub niche down enough for you to be able to make a sale. And as stupid as it sounds, try and find more cult classics. So don't go for major films like Star Wars, because they'll be extremely saturated. Quotes will be all over the place, like let the force be with you kind of thing. So that's going to be extremely saturated. Try and pick a film which is extremely popular within a certain sector. So it's not mainstream, it's slightly more niche down, and you can use that niche down film as your niche. Excuse me. So that's what I did. It was an 80s film. I knew it was a popular cult film. It was a cult classic, and I knew the quote within it was going to be very popular. So that's what I did. It's been very successful for me. Something like, for argument's sake, Titanic, I'm the king of the world. That's going to be extremely saturated, so there's no point in going for that. So you want to find a film which is slightly more niched. Here you got Tremors, the film Tremors. Now that's probably more of a cult classic. It's probably not quite as mainstream as your Star Wars, your Star Trek, things like that. So try and find things which are sub niche down, have got a bit of a cult classic following. Find a good quote which you think would look good for me, particularly on stickers. So I didn't want anything too wordy, but it was a very famous quote within that film. So that worked really well for me, and that was quotes from 80s films. And the last one is to do with vaccines. Now, I don't have an opinion either way on what people choose to do with vaccines. I'm complete in the middle. I'm just trying to make some money. So my design was a vaccine-based design, which is obviously extremely popular at the moment. It would have been popular anyway because people were talking about flu jabs and stuff like that before. Obviously, everything that happened in 2020, but it was a design which has been extremely popular. Like I said, it's based on vaccines, which I don't have an opinion on whether people have them or not, but I was just trying to make some money. So it was vaccines. At the time, it's probably going to be slightly more difficult for you now because the 79,921 results, because everything that's been going on has been going on for a long period of time. However, the design that I uploaded quite early on in this particular niche, so I managed to catch the traffic early on, which helped. So this one might be slightly more of a struggle for you just to go vaccines or something like that. But what you can use it is an idea to generate another niche, sub niche down for things that might be. I suppose it's difficult. This one, I suppose you could look at things that may be popular or happening medical wise in the world today, or just general things which are happening in the world, so general news. So this kind of crossed both for me when I put a design up. Like I said, you're going to struggle probably slightly more with this one in this now because it's been going on for such a long period of time. It's good to get early traffic. But if you can find a way of sub niching down on this into different markets, that might be a better way for you to do it. So try and see if you can do a bit of research and sub niche down. But they are my three. I've got two which are evergreens, which is great. I always like evergreens in my awareness month and my films quote. And then I've got this one, which is more of a trend, which for me will mean sales will drop off eventually for this. But the other two niches, the awareness and the 80s films quote, that should keep making sales year round, year after year after year. Well, that's the idea anyway. So that's my top three. Hopefully you've got some inspiration from this. It's still on Q4. Get out there, get designing, get making some money, and I shall see you on the next one. Bye bye.